There's a circle drawn in light and shadow. One side says, I hate people because I'm afraid of them. The other side whispers, I'm afraid of them because I hate them. And somewhere in the middle stands the part of you that's always been both the observer and the observed. Imagine that every heartbeat sends ripples towards that circle. Each ripple carries information, memories, instincts, flashes of knowing. When the heart tightens in fear, the ripples shorten. When the heart opens in curiosity, the waves lengthen and reach farther, touching other waves, other hearts. This is what the mystics called frequency. Every thought is a small transmitter. Every feeling a receiver. When hate and fear reflect each other, the signal becomes static. When curiosity replaces judgment, the noise clears and intuition begins to hum through the system again. This is the beginning of spiritual activation. Not something you add, but something you stop jamming. Picture an ocean made of glass. Each creature believes it swims in separate compartments because the water looks divided by reflections. One fish learns to pause. It notices the shimmer. It's only the bending of light. The moment it stops thrashing, the surface evens out, and all divisions disappear. That moment of stillness is awareness seeing itself. The same awareness that sits behind your eyes when you look at someone and think them. When you soften the thought, when you breathe once before labelling, you begin to sense that every current runs through one ocean. From that level, hating becomes confusion, and fear becomes the body's alarm that the mind has forgotten unity. The science of remembering, neuroscience calls it integration. When you recognize a feeling instead of fighting it, neural pathways that were isolated start firing together. That firing creates coherence, and coherence feels like peace. Energy healers call it alignment. Mystics call it awakening. Engineers might call it the system finally running without resistance. Different names, same principle. A loop closed, energy conserved. There was once a traveller who thought they were wandering through a hostile world. They saw strangers as threats, competition, noise. One night they dreamed that everyone wore the same face, their own. And when they woke, nothing outside had changed, but something inside had softened. People didn't become nicer. The traveller became freer. That freedom let them listen differently. And by listening, they started hearing messages that they'd missed all along. Kindness disguised as criticism. Guidance hidden in chaos. The teachers hiding inside enemies. If this circle of fear and hate continues unexamined, the world shrinks. Energy burns faster, intuition dulls, creativity tightens, and life becomes a maze of defensive reflexes. But each moment of awareness, each time you recognize the loop for what it is, it creates a micro break in the pattern. That break releases energy. Energy freed becomes inspiration. Inspiration shared becomes connection. Connection grows into compassion. And compassion multiplied alters the collective field. That's the frequency upgrade. The physics of hearts remembering, they're part of the same current. When one person learns to see the mirror rather than fight the reflection, others feel safer without knowing why. Children laugh more easily, rooms feel lighter. The subtle field of the moment, the mood, the tone, the future potential, it shifts a fraction of degree toward balance. Small, yes, but from space. Small degrees steer whole planets. You could think of this as healing, or simply as getting accurate. Because the truth is, you never hated people. You only misread your own nervous system's signals. Now that you recognize them, you can let the circuit relax. As it does, intuition brightens, empathy sharpens, and what once felt like threat begins to feel like information. And information, once understood, always becomes love in slow motion. So when the old phrase returns, I hate people because I'm afraid of them, and I'm afraid of them because I hate them, smile at it. It's not a curse, it's a compass. It points towards the next layer of yourself asking to be included. And in that inclusion lies the gift, the lesson, the activation, and the quiet ongoing miracle of remembering you are never really separate at all.